Hi guys, I'm recording this video for explaining you how you guys will be using Git and GitHub to upload your code in this repository Vision IT Batch 8. But I would like to tell you that there is a website, automationfactoring.com. This is I run this website and I have posted all the useful recordings as well as code items here. And there is a post here. I think I shared on 17 November, which is this: how to use Git with GitHub. This is the post, and here I have listed all the important commands to use Git and GitHub, and the steps to use Git and GitHub, and how you will create branches, and what command you will write to post your code, and all those things I have written here, as well as there is a video. So you can watch this video. This tell a lot of things in detail about how to do it and what to do. This is however a classroom recording, so there will be some noises or some background noises will be there, but it's informative. If you really wish to know more, you can watch this. However, I'm going to record this again, or maybe I'll explain a few things so that you can use this Vision IT Batch 8 to upload your code. So let me start. So I'm not going to go into very nitty-gritties of what is Git and how and what is GitHub and all those things. That you can watch that video to understand that. But for now, what I'll do is I'll explain what needs to be done for you to be able to check in your code in this repository. So first and foremost, you need to be added in this repository, right? So I have added few people. Let me put my password. I have added few of you. So we have Vaishali, Sachin, Ritushri, Preeti, Pooja Shelke, Dishani, and Amol. I think few of you have pending invite. It means you guys did not accepted the invite. Unless you will accept this invite, you will not be able to check in. This is true with Pooja, Preeti, Ritushri, and Vaishali. No one has done it so far. So you guys have to do it. I'm going to add one more. I think few more. If you have, send me that list. Send me your GitHub ID. I'm going to add that. So once I add it, you will get a link. You have to accept the link for this access. So once you accept it, you will be added as a collaborator, and then you can actually clone and you can check in your code here. Second thing is you will not be able to. You should not be checking any code in the master branch. Right now, master branch, I will kind of lock it, so no one can actually do it. What you need to do is, so someone has created, for example, Dishani has created her branch here. So the good idea is the way you need to do is you need to select the master here first. Once master is here, then you need to write the name of your branch. So for example, I am creating my branch Akash. Okay, it will say create branch Akash from master. So what will happen, will be a new branch which will be created out of the master. So whatever code I will be having in the master, it will then be copied to a second branch called as Akash. And then whatever code you're going to write, you're going to push or you're going to commit that code in the Akash branch, or the branch which you're going to create with your name. For demonstration purposes, let me do it. So I'll go and create a branch like this. So now I have a branch called as Akash. So we have two branches right now. This is Akash. Second thing which you need to do is you need to clone this. So how will I clone it? I will copy this part. I'll go here. I'll copy this. And then I'll go to my local system. So in my case, this is Mac. So what I'll do is I will go and perhaps I will go inside here and maybe not here, otherwise it will be a clash. Let me go here and I will right click here and click on new terminal at folder. In your case, what you should be doing is you go inside this and maybe right click, and then you'll get an option called as open git bash or something. Open git bash here, or something of that sort you will get in Windows. That you will only get if you have Git client installed on your system. Git is different than GitHub. GitHub, what you are currently I'm showing you, this is a repository system. This is not Git. Okay, this is a repository. For you to be able to check in your code from your system to the GitHub repository, which is this, you need a Git client installed in your system. Git client can be installed from here, git scm, you have to download that from here. Okay, downloads, now download this from here. So you will download the Windows version of it. Okay, so going back, I will have to clone my code. So once that git bash is open, you need to write git clone, paste, enter. As soon as you do that, it will bring the complete code here. So now in that, wherever you have done it, it will, by the way, you can do it anywhere. It doesn't matter whether you are doing it in your Eclipse workspace. You can do it anywhere. Doesn't matter. All you need to do later is to import this in your Eclipse workspace. So right now I've done this into a temp folder. Next, what I'll do is I will right click on it. Maybe I'll close the previous window and I will right click on it and I will write here. Maybe again, I will right click at new terminal at folder. So basically the idea is wherever you will see a .git folder, which is actually hidden folder, you need to be inside that folder from your command line. Otherwise Git will not work. Git will say it is not a Git repository or something. So I'll write Git, first of all, Git status. Git status actually tells you the current status of your Git repository. If there are any changes which are yet to be committed, it will show you the list. Since I have just freshly cloned it, I don't have any changes, but it is telling me that I am on branch master. So master is a current default branch. Whenever you clone it for the first time, it will always be on the master, but you will not be working on the master, right? So this is the time I should be checking my branch out. So what I'll do, I'll write git checkout. If you remember, let me show you that as well. So I'll write git branch -r. This tells me all the branches which I have. So I have head, Akash, Dishani, Reddy, and master. Right now I am in master. It's pointing to the master. That's what it's telling us. I need to be working in the Akash branch, right? So I will write git checkout Akash. So now it is switched to Akash. So if I write git branch, it will tell me that I am on Akash, right? This is marked as green. So now you can start working on it. And let me show you that as well. So what you're going to do, I'm going to go open my Eclipse. I'll go here. I'll say file, import. And in the import, I will click on existing Maven project. And here in the root directory, I will browse and I will go to the folder where I have checked out my file, right? Checked out my repository. Then I will have to point to the folder under which I have a POM file. So don't make this mistake of selecting this and clicking on open. Okay, I will have to go to a point where I can see pom.xml file, just parent of that folder, that particular pom.xml file, and then click on open. Once I do this, I'll get this option. Click on this, will be marked as ticked for you, and you will click on finish. Right now it's not allowing me because I have already imported a project which has exactly this name. That is why it's not allowing me. Okay, but if you're doing it for the first time, it will show you here. It will be this will be marked as checked, and when you click on finish, it will give you this view, which I have, because I have already done it, so it's not allowing me. Okay, and second thing which you will notice is Vision IT batch 8 will be written, but instead of master you will see your branch name because you have already checked out, right? So whatever you do from the command line, let me close all these. So whatever you do from the command line will actually be reflected here. Okay, or maybe let me show you. Maybe I will have to switch the workspace. Maybe let me do that. So I will do file, switch workspace. Maybe, maybe I will point this to. Let me do other. I'll write Eclipse workspace can be deleted. So I'll click on launch. So it will be a new workspace where there will not be that project. So I will try to import it there to demonstrate you how it would look. Let it open. It's open. Close this welcome screen. I will go here, click on import. I will write here Maven, existing Maven project. Next, in the root directory, browse. See the same steps I need to do. Akash, this one, open. See, this is coming as click now. I can click on finish. As soon as I do this, this view will happen. For you, if you're doing it for the first time, there will be a lot of downloads. Perhaps something will come here, it's downloading. It will take some time to give you this view, but it will eventually load if you have good network connection and everything is working fine in your machine. Now, if you see, right now it's checked out as Akash. So if you do something from here, it gets reflected here as well. So for example, if I switch it back to Git checkout master, it has checked out, right? Git status, Git branch. I am on master. If I go here, it's converted to master. Right now I am on master. The whole and sole point is you can do all the operations of Git either from command line, or you can also do it from the Eclipse project directly. Let me show you how to do that. So for example, now you are in master. You should not be working on master, as I said earlier. You should be on your own branch. So I will write Git checkout Akash. So I'm on Akash. This should be converted to Akash now. Now you can start working on your project. So instead of this, what you're going to see is some folder structure, like the way I was telling earlier. You're going to see that folder structure. I haven't checked that code in. That's why you're not seeing this here. But I'm soon after this video, I'm going to check that in, so that once you clone it, you will get to see that view. Okay. So what I'll do, what you're going to do is, for example, you want to add something, you want to work on something. So maybe let's say you want to do, let's say I'm making some changes in the file. Okay. So there are two ways you can see it. One thing will happen is there will be an arrow sign here. This arrow sign simply means that this file has been changed. This symbol of yellow color, this means that this file is present in the server. That means this is synced with the server. Now let's say, for example, if I go and add a new file, new class, for example, of any sort, what will happen? Now it is giving me a question mark. That means this file is added in your system, but is not in the Git. That's how basically Git maps. If there is any change, it will say question mark, arrow sign. If there is something is a new file, it will say question mark. You can check this lines of code in two ways. One way is you go to command line, you do Git status. You will see one file modified and a new file is added. That's what you're going to see. Next, what you'll do, you will say Git add. Either you select this file or you just simply say get add dot. When you do get add dot, it actually adds everything. You do this, then you do Git status. You see everything in green. Then you say Git commit adding new files. Okay, okay, I made a mistake, so I'll try it here again. Git commit -m. M indicates message. Adding new file. So now Git commit has been done. Now commit doesn't mean code is now into the server. Commit doesn't mean that. So what you have to do, once commit, you need to do a git push. So again, it's 3-step process. One is git add name of the file or git add dot. It will add everything. Then second step is git commit -m. It will commit it, but if it's still not in the server, you do a git push. Only then the code will start going to the server. So as soon as you do this, you should get a message, something like this, that I have this. This is the version number. This has changed to this, and Akash it has sent code to the server. Now to validate whether your changes are there, which you should always validate, you refresh this, and you can see there's a new commit here. Latest committed on 1 minute ago, and you can actually see those changes. You can see those changes here in your line. So I think I made some changes where you see this line st sfg. This has been added. Then I have made some changes, I think, inside. I don't know where. Where was it? Yeah, here. So inside TC something, TC Go REST API. So see, these changes are here now. So that means your changes are now in the server. That is the whole and sole process. Now, second way of doing it, for example, you don't want to do it from command line. Command line is, let's say, too confusing for you. I would recommend to use command line, otherwise you will never practice it, and people ask these questions in interview. So always try to do it, but let's say if you're not able to do it, or you still want to publish without using command line, what you do is, let's say you made some changes, and let's say I'm adding a new file as well. Again, new class something, finish. Now I have a new file as well as some change. So what you have to do is, I'll go right click, I'll go to team. Team means something to do with the version control system. Then I'll click on commit. Then I see this window. I can maximize this window. I will have three sections here. One is unstage changes, stage changes, commit. Stage changes are the changes which will be committed if you do click on commit and push. Unstage changes are the one which have been changed, but you are not added them for commit. So if for example, if right now I click on commit and push, only this file will be committed, not this file. So I need to drag it here. So now I'm saying stage changes. This is equivalent to, so for example, what happens is, in the beginning everything is here. I'm trying to put this into contrast with what happens with this and what happens with this. So when I say git status, I see these lines. I can also show you. So git status, I can see that these two files are changed. Now if I go and move it here, that means these files are added for commit. Git status, you see these have turned to green. So as I said, whatever you're doing from the command line will be in sync with what's happening with the server. Sorry, what's happening with the Eclipse. Okay, so this stage changes means you have somehow done git add dot from the UI side. And stage changes, things have been changed. Stage changes, that means you have added them for commit. Now if you can come and write adding new files, these are for the commit message, and then you can commit or commit and push. So commit and push button is what you will use in Eclipse. I click on this. It's a combination of two commands. So when you drag things from here to here, so here it is telling you that these two files have changed. Close. So when you move files from unstage changes to stage changes, this is equivalent to git add dot, and then you click on commit and push. That's equivalent to git commit -m and git push, as the name suggests here. Okay, so I think I made things very clear now. How will you go and ahead and do a commit? If you have more questions, I mean, I will still recommend you to watch this video. And for Git, I have recorded many videos in the past as well. I mean, I can give some more links to you, but I think this one is pretty straightforward, and a lot of things I'm covering here from starting from scratch. Again, I said there could be some background noises as I recorded this in classroom. But still is very useful, and all the commands, everything, and the process of doing it, everything, whatever I just explained, everything is here. See, about exporting is as well, but this could be of a different Git repository. But instead of this, other than this, everything is what you need to follow to start pushing in your code in this repository. Okay, lastly, if anyone is missed, which I think many don't have access to this repository, you should post in your post in our WhatsApp group. I will add you here, and whoever is still seeing, I can still see a lot of pending invite. That means you guys didn't accepted the invite. You guys can never push in your code unless you this awaiting puja response is gone from here. So until this is done, you will not be able to push in your code. Okay guys, thanks, bye.